unexpected Q&A video. Thank you to everybody that asked me questions. I thought this would be a fun video to make. I love to talk. I actually already filmed this. I went to go edit it. This is what the audio sounded like. So I'm filming it again. So I feel like I'm gonna have my thoughts more organized. That's the only plus of this happening. And I tested it and it works fine, so I'm not really sure what I did. Because I don't have like an introduction video on my channel, so if anyone is just stumbling across my page and if they want to know more, here's a video where they can know more about me. First question is, how did you start the process of developing your artistic style? I would say I took inspiration from the type of art that I enjoy the most or enjoy making the most. I feel like with my art, it's like 3 different types of art. I'm just gonna insert pictures so you can see what I'm talking about. American traditional tattoo style art, like the bold black and white. The Tim Burton, big eyes, very black and white kind of vibe. And then you have a photo with a gradient map, messy sketch. I kind of use those 3 different techniques to make my art. I'm still developing my art style, I think. You figure out what you like to make and what you're willing to get good at making. It was definitely leaning towards one of those 3 at one point and kind of like evolved over time. It's been a journey. Okay. It just yelled at me and told me that my card was full. It's not, but anyways, so that's how I found my style. Hopefully that answers that question. Talk about work-life balance in your business. I basically have none. I am very much like, my brand is very much me. I wear lots of black and white. I'm just in my pajamas and this is like a full black and white fit right now. It just reflects what I like to do, what I like in general. I paint what I like. I paint what's going on in my life. Not really a good work-life balance. I've been trying to get better at that, and so I'll figure it out and I'll tell you. But for now, I don't really know. It's also really hard with my sleep schedule. I really struggle to be a morning person. I don't start my day until like noon. I'm working until my husband gets home, and then I'm either working while we're spending time together or pause. It just said my card was full again. So both of these are full, but they're not really, so I have to figure that out by tomorrow because I'm filming a wedding tomorrow. Anyways, I really do struggle with work-life balance. It's something that I'm working on, and I'm trying to like take it easy on myself. I really don't want to live to work. I just want to like comfortably live my life and not constantly be thinking about work. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. You just have to take it easy on yourself and give yourself time to rest. There's like a book that's called How to Do Nothing. I recommend listening or reading. It helps if you have like a capitalistic point of view where you just want to make everything a side hustle. And it helps you to take a second and realize why that's a problem for you and like your nervous system. Who or what is your biggest inspiration for making art? This is gonna sound really cheesy. I think my biggest inspiration is my younger self growing up. My mom wanted to be a stay-at-home mom but couldn't, and so she had to take me to work every day with her, and she worked at a print shop, like a family-run print shop, and I basically just hung out there all day and had to keep myself occupied. I mean, it's a print shop. There was paper and cardboard everywhere. There were typewriters. We'd use the copier to copy coloring books so I could just have endless pages. I would draw, I would write and illustrate stories. There was like this old typewriter, and then I'd like staple the papers, make little books. I made like cardboard doll houses. It's actually how I got that scar right there. I was cutting a box and I accidentally cut myself. I ended up lying to my mom and telling her that I fell and like sliced it on something. I feel awful for now because I definitely could have gotten my mom in trouble or something, like her business. I just didn't want to get my X-Acto knife privileges taken away, but it didn't matter because I got them taken away anyways. Yeah, so I do it for the younger me that had so much joy in doing that. I don't think I finished really anything I ever worked on when I was growing up. I always would have an idea and like start it, not even halfway through, leave it and move on to another idea that I had. What is your favorite part of your creative process? Okay, so that one kind of ties in with the last question because one is like fulfilling that idea, taking the idea, the entire creative process, putting hard work into it, and just making it exist in this unique way. I just enjoy the final product. But I also really like seeing how other people style my work, seeing how people take that, wear it to like certain events. So that is something that's really fun for me to see. Seeing the art out in the world and getting tagged in pictures is like my favorite thing. Someone said, how's life? Life is really freaking stressful right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm struggling. It is April 19th and I have 3 weeks from today. I have a big vending event. And unfortunately, and also fortunately, had one of my most successful markets last Sunday at a market that I've been to pretty much every month from like May to October last year, and was not at all that successful. So I did not come home with very much apparel, which is so good. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. But I also basically starting from scratch, and I'm gonna have a big booth on May 10th in York at 717 Vintage Fest, and I need to get some stuff made like ASAP, so I'm a little bit stressed. What about making art apparel brings you joy? I go thrifting like to be inspired. I have so many ideas, designs that haven't really seen the light of day yet, but every time I go thrifting and I see a piece of apparel that has like a company logo on it or like a stain in a certain spot, I just see it in my brain and I already know what I want to put there, like text there, I want to put a design there. That's always really fun to go and pick up these pieces, and each one inspires me to get going and get creating. And obviously, like I said, getting to see people style the clothes is also really fun to see. Did you go to art school? I did not go to art school. Honestly, in high school, I was very deliberate to not take any art classes because I was just really miserable and really insecure, and I thought that if other people saw me making bad art, they would like just see that I'm not a good artist. That's just so stupid, and I wish that I did spend more time like being creative in high school. But this whole journey, the post high school to now, has all been important. If you're in high school and you've been thinking about doing that, you definitely should. Who cares? Make bad art. There's no right way to make art, and you just have to freaking not put so much pressure on yourself. It doesn't matter. It's just creating. It's having fun. It's not that deep. So this may be dumb, but why do you choose your animals for your art? Just choose them because they're my favorite animals. Bunnies, bats, cats. Sometimes Lucy inspires my art, so like dogs. That panther piece that I made, I just made because I got American traditional panthers tattooed on my ribs. I loved them and I was like, these are so sick, and I just wanted to make a piece about it. A lot of the words are inspired by songs. I'm sure you can tell some of the graphics are inspired by things going on in the world and just me coping with that. It's just whatever I want to do, honestly. What's your creative process like when designing a piece? I'm just always getting inspired by like a song or a movie or literally anything, and just writing down an idea. For the clothing, like I said, it's like solving a problem. I'm seeing the stain, I'm seeing the thing I need to cover, I'm seeing the blank canvas I get to fill. Usually it happens with the art first, and then I use that art, screen print it, free motion, so replicate it in that way. How are you so cool? I'm not. I think I'm cool, actually. I think I'm cool in a way that I'm myself and I'm confident, not trying to be someone that I'm not. I'm still working on confidence. I feel like everyone is always working on their confidence, specifically with like taking pictures and filming in public. It's so hard for me to not care what people think. I have a chronic illness that I really want to talk more about online because I think it's important, because I've had conversations with people where comparing themselves to me and how much I get done, which I think is funny because I'm watching other artists getting upset with myself for not getting that much done. It's just so important to not compare yourself. And also, social media is fake. I might get a video out at 8 a.m., but I also might get burnt out after like one day of work and be in bed for 2 days. It's hard. You just have to take it easy on yourself and don't compare yourself to other people. Is this your full-time job, and how did you get started? I feel like in this day and age, you just have to marry rich. It's really hard in the world that we live in now, especially now as a small business owner, and it just makes me feel incredibly grateful and lucky that I have my husband's support to financially take on a job that income isn't super steady. I worked at a warehouse for a long time with a part-time job on the side. I was always just so tired. I moved to part-time so that I could work on my small business. When I got home, it just never worked out. I was always so exhausted. Eventually, I quit my job for like health reasons in April, May of 2023. That kind of was the push to go with it full time and kind of force myself to bring in an income from it and work hard. And it was slow at first. It was really, really slow. It's so frustrating that with social media, like one viral video can like sell out your shop, but algorithms sometimes don't like you. There's no right way. So everyone's gonna tell you there's a right way to grow on social media. There's lots of good tips and tricks, but there is no right way. Like, you could misspell a word and it could go viral, people correcting you. It's random and and weird, and so for a while I took it really personally when my videos weren't doing well, but then randomly one did, and it really helped my business. So don't give up and just don't take it personally, because then you're just gonna get burnout. Try and like enjoy the process of making content. Yeah, but that's how I am here doing it full time. Okay, card was full again, but I deleted some stuff and I got like 7 minutes of footage, so I have to wrap this up. Hi guys, so I'm editing this, and because I was so rushed to get it filmed before I ran out of space with my card, I skipped over 2 questions. I'm gonna answer those really quick while these dogs are playing next to me. So the first question is, what is your favorite medium to work with? I really like stippling with black ink pens. That's been my favorite recently. Modeling paste. I follow a lot of artists. I'm gonna insert their pages. Use like modeling paste to make like 3D texturized pieces. I do have some, and I tried to use it once, but I don't think I was using it right. That's something that I'm looking forward to using in the future. The other question is kind of similar. What's your favorite material or tool to work with? I have a least favorite. Doing embroidery like on the canvas, because it's just constantly poking it through, and if there's a lot of layers of paint, I use it like a little hammer. I hammer it so that it goes through, and then I have to go to the other side of the canvas, find it, blah blah. It looks so sick that it's worth it. That's my least favorite, I think. Sorry guys, I'm working a double this weekend. I would say free motion embroidery, free motion sewing. It's like the perfect messy look. And if you actually mess up, it's so easy to just like undo the thread and start over. Oh. And redo it. That's probably my favorite. Okay, that's all. Thank you. What are your thoughts on your neighbors? Well, the first time I was filming this, I got that question, and then my neighbors called me and asked if I wanted Taco Bell. That answered the question, but they're really great, and I love you guys, and thanks for sponsoring this video, because I am currently filming on my neighbor's camera. So my husband asked, why are you God's favorite? Thank you, love. If I did believe in God, I would be really pissed off that he made me so physically and mentally ill. Where do you get your inspiration for your art? Definitely like real world things that are happening. I'm sure you can tell that there's been a shift in my art a little bit since November of last year. I just feel privileged enough to be able to make art full time. I feel helpless as it is in the current world, so I feel more fulfilled when making political art, and art is inherently political, so I'm just leaning into it more, I guess. I have lots more political stuff coming, maybe not so much apparel, but definitely art-wise. It's just what's going through my head, and it's just what I feel like making art about. But in general, it's usually like song lyrics, things that make me feel some type of way, and then I pair it with a little bat or a cat or a bunny. One thing about me is I love juxtaposition of a really cute bunny with like a bow and like very princess ballerina coated, and then just metal hardcore saying or something. Just very opposites. I just love the delicateness, but also like the punk of it all. That's a combination that I love, and I like incorporate the most. How do you balance making the art you want to make and the mainstream style demands? There has been plenty of designs that I've made in the past where it has not sold barely a print. I still made the art. I made the art because art is for the artist. I made it for me. I just won't put it on a bunch of clothes, because the clothes are kind of what's going out to the people, and they didn't really like that art piece, and therefore I'm not going to screen print it on everything. But the designs that people connect with and they love tend to go onto apparel more often. Luckily for me, I feel like everybody has been loving the Lucky Bunny. I love the Lucky Bunny. I think like last year, the video I made about making the Lucky art piece was the video that grew my business like 6K people, and I just feel like I connect that with that piece. It's like, I'm so lucky that that happened for me, and when you start manifesting, you see those good things come into your life, and I think it's just like a prime example of that. If you're making art for you, make art for you. If you're making art to grow a business, you have to find like a happy medium between the two. Big three. My co-star says that my big three, well, first Capricorn. Capricorn's my main. Pisces moon, Libra rising. This is a new thing that I've seen, because my Snapchat has been Pisces moon, Gemini rising. My co-star says something different. I will always relate to a Capricorn. I feel like I'm a Capricorn to a T, making everything a side hustle. It's toxic. I don't want to be. Loves money. Don't want to do that either. That's just how I am. I can't deny it. Have you done a studio tour? If not, I would love to see it. No, I'm constantly changing the studio. I really really do want to do a studio tour. It'll never be finished, so I just need to film it so that I can like remember this era. So yeah, I'm going to film one soon. It's just a small space. It's not even gonna take that long to film. I have so many ideas of things I want to do, so I just need to make a part 1, and then if I'm here in a year, I'll make a part 2. I also want to do a tattoo tour. Nobody asked for one, but I want to do it. Why not? And that's everything. So thank you guys so much for asking me questions, and that's it. My camera's gonna yell at me because it's gonna say that the card's full any second. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me.